Hi, I'm Figment, and today's topic is going to be on the idea of stock sounds. The idea of stock sounds, well, they exist. No. Um, Basically, sometimes I get asked, um, sometimes what are good sounds to use, or what are good, uh, you know, library packs to buy, or refills to look for, or something of that nature. And over the years, I've given different answers depending on where I was at the time. But recently, or at least for the past 2 years or so, I've been given the same answer because I've just kind of realized that to be at least true for me. And what I tell people is that I'm not really sure if there are actually, quote unquote, well, there are, I guess you could say, good library packs and sample packs, but at the same time, I think sometimes when people ask me that, they're asking in the sense that maybe like stock sounds are just that, stock and kind of boring, and I'm looking for good ones, not the ones that just come with the package, or not just these plain Jane kind of vanilla sounds. And I kind of tell people that really, it's up to you how you use a particular sound, or you know what makes something a good sound to use in your work, in your music production. Um, and I guess a good example of that is this project file I put together here. Um, it's a perfect example of showing that even a stock sound that that just comes with reason would be usable and very non-stockish. Um, Now, of course, I'm not an advocate of just using a sound as is unless it works. Sometimes that happens, but a lot of times you're going to have to take a stock sound and build it up to be a little more than what it originally was. Tweak it a bit. But at the end of the day, the core skeleton, the core foundation of it is a stock sound. So this is a very simple drum and bass region I'm going to play for you. I'm not going to play the whole song because that would take too much time out of this video. But all I basically did was I used ingredients kit. Well, I guess it's just ingredients kit. I'm not sure if there's a 2, 3, or 4, but there probably is, because there's like electronic kit 1, 2, 3, hip hop kit 3, hip hop kit 1. So I'm using an ingredients kit. I think it's just the first ingredients kit. There might be several others, and it's a kit for a redrum. Actually, I guess this video is also another testament to experimenting. But because, well, basically what I did was I took a drum patch and used it as a bass patch, which is kind of interesting. But more or less a stock drum patch and used it as a bass patch. So it's experimenting with stock sounds. It's a double whammy in this video. So anyway, the stock sound is just there's a couple of these effects hits here. There's effects 2, and there's effects 1, and there's effects 3, and there's effects 4. And then you have your bass drum and snare, another bass drum, and hi-hat and cymbal. Pretty simple stuff. But anyway, I chose effects 4, this sound, and I piped it through a bunch of half-racked effects. Unison, a couple of delay lines, compressors, and a lot of delay lines. And basically I tweaked the sound until it was much more interesting than its original stock sound, and I used it as a bass line, if you will. Um, so here's a little taste of this track using a stock effects sample as a bass line. I'm sure you get the idea. So there you go, a stock drum kit in ReDrum, a stock effects sample, and created something pretty interesting, just with a little bit of experimenting, a little bit of imagination, and of course, stock sounds. So I guess the point of all this is, and the wrap up of this is don't be afraid to use stock sounds, or I should say, don't get so hung up in hunting for these exclusive refills. This, all this like jazz about, you know, this producer's drum kits or this producer's that, or whatever the case may be. I mean, you could literally use anything as long as you are creative with it, and um, just experiment. You never know what you'll find, even in a stock drum kit. Anyway, guys, keep experimenting. Most importantly, just have some fun, man, and make some music. And I'll talk to you guys later.